Alright, project management, chapter 3, topics covered. The major topics covered in this chapter are workflow, Autocad electrical stuff for the new project, change for the project, give the property for the project, adding drawings into the project, retagging, renumbering ladders into the drawings of the project, plotting and publishing project files, workflow in the Autocad electrical and software for the command for the complete project for the electrical circuits. But before we can start learning various types of the Autocad electrical, it's necessary to understand the workflow of the Autocad electrical, the workflow in Autocad electrical given in figure 1. Start AutoCAD Electrical. Create a project with desired settings. Change the folder or query organization. Create the drawings desired categories. Collect information link like wire size, wire length, and so on. Generate report workflow. We learned about starting AutoCAD Electrical. Now it's time to understand the procedure of the managing of the project AutoCAD Electrical. Initializing the project. Discuss over the project as categorized if the combination of various interrelated drawings in the AutoCAD Electrical with the two major categories of the drawings, schematic drawings with the panel drawings. Before we create the drawings, let's create the project file with the procedure for the create of the project. Give it the next. Start with the AutoCAD Electrical. If you're starting with this first time, you will give it the screen with the figure 2 shown in the marked left there to display with the project manager. You will manage the project. Figure 2 shows the AutoCAD Electrical initial screen. And click on the project manager for the quick access toolbar for the figure 3. If the project manager is not displayed, figure 3 shows the project manager, which is this little folder right here. To be able to use all the tools of the project manager, open the drawing file, create a new one, deactivate with the tool. The deactivated tool of the project manager will become active and refer to figure 4. Figure 4 shows the project manager, and it shows all the active tools. Click on the new project button with the project manager to create a new project dialog box will display in figure 5. To create a new project paragraph, new name, location, folder, project name, copying such project number, and OK properties, OK the descriptions, and cancel help. Specify the name of the project name of the edit box with the dialog box. Make sure to create the folder for the project name. Check for the box to create the folder for the name of the project file. Click on the browse for the button with the next location edit box. Change the location of the project file with the browse of the folder with the dialog box will display in figure 6. Show the browse the file folder and so make it a new folder or OK. Click on the nodes to move the subfolder to select the desired location. Click on the OK button to create the project file for the desired folder. If you want to copy the setting of the desired project file with clicking on the browse button with the button next to the copy setting of the project file with the edit with the box, select the desired files using option with the dialog box displayed. Click on the description the button and specify the description of the project with the project description dialog box will display in figure 7. Shows the lines and in reports of the show the project description, report, and header style blocks updated. Specify the description line one by one. If you want to indicate the description line with the report, click on the in the report checkbox for the next line. Click the OK button on the save the description. Click the OK button with the create of the project. If you want to specify the project for the project without creating them, click on the OK project button. Project properties dialog box will be displayed in figure 8. Figure 8 shows the project settings, component, wire numbers, cross-reference styles, and drawing formats, add, browse, and default, move up and down, schematic libraries, panel, footprint, libraries, and your manual file, catalog, lookup, file, preferences, component specifies, miscellaneous, CAT table, CSA table where the component does not exist, options, tag, wire sequence or order, and electrical code standard. Specify the desired setting. Click on the OK button with the dialog box with applying setting with a note that you will learn about the project properties for the next section. As you click on the OK button, the project name and the tab of the project list for the project manager for the refer to figure 9 show the electrical symbols. Electrical basics. The project property for the key play of the project for the whether the AutoCAD electrical or any other related software. Following the procedure, give it the next change for the property for the project. Right click over the name of the project with the project manager whose properties are needed with the contained with the shortcut menu for the display in figure 10. Click for the properties button and shortcut menu for the properties dialog box will be displayed and shown in figure 8. So you've done I clicked on the copy and you've now gotten a shortcut menu. You can go to properties, project setting tabs. The option with some of the settings for the current project file. The various options for the tabs are listed. Discuss next. Library icon menu paths are the first area of the dialog box. Library icon menu path for the option area. You have to specify the directory of the containing symbol of the icons required with electrical drawings. Add new library. Click add button with the dialog box. A new link will be added under the schematic libraries node to specify the location of the directory that contains the symbols, and similarly you can add more files to the icons and panels. Catalog lookup the file preference area with the option of the catalog lookup file preference area is used to set up the database for the file for the R2 to be included with the library after if and any new symbol icon to make sure that the enter for the database file using section. Set the user to define database, click the other file button over the area of the catalog lookup file dialog box displayed in figure 11. The catalog lookup is a single catalog the default optional secondary catalog lookup file for the project, and that's figure 11, the catalog lookup file dialog box. Default system, you have the default lookup file with available to library. If you need additional with the lookup with the click of the optional to define secondary catalog lookup file for this project radio button, click on the browse button with the secondary catalog lookup file dialog box with display in figure 12. Figure 12 shows your secondary category lookup file dialog box. Select the desired database, click on the option open button with the location file will be added in the edit box. Click the OK button in the dialog box. Options area, save the real-time area, checking with the check for the box with allow with the system and check for the same basic areas from the drawing. The tag wire number to sort or the drop down the U to specify the order in which the tag of the wire the numbers are arranged for the project. There are many options for the drop down modifying order. Refer to figure 13 as in tag wire and sorting numbers, sorting order so you can sort your order drop down list. Electrical code standard drop down give the standard electrical codes. Components tab of the option component tab give the manage property the component of the figures 14 various options of the component tag with the dialog box we're discussing next. The component project of the project property give the component tag format. The search for the PLC-IN-O address insert the sequential line reference of the setup component tag option combine installation located format suppress mission installation tag reports and upon insert automatic file installation location default last use component option description text uppercase in item number OK and cancel and help. Component tag format edit box for the set with the format tags assigned with the various default. A percentage F and the percentage N, especially for the tag format edited box, the percentage F of the family number 2 of the tag, percentage N if the assigned with the serial number of the tag, and percentage S assigns the sheet number to the tag, percentage D. Percentage D assigned with the drawing number to the tag. The suffix setup of the button, you the manager of the suffix the component text with the click button, suffix list for the reference base, the component tags dialog box display in figure 13. Suffix is automatically applied with the duplicate of the component tags. Suffix list of the reference base, the component tags, and then show the standard defaults in first through 10th. Select sequential radio button if you do not want to add the suffix. In this case, the success for the numbers will be added with a duplicate of the component tags. If you're working on the PLC in this later chapter, the select the search for the PLC I-O address. I'm going to insert check for the for system with a check with the assigned PLC I-O address. Component tag option area with the select with the combined installation location tag move the checkbox with the tag of the grade with the combined the installation location code with the selection with the checkbox with the checkbox related to the option will become active. You can select with the active checkbox for the further refinement of the installation location tag mode. You'll learn the installation code location code later in this book. The selection open or insert with the automatic fill installation location with the drawing default with the last sheet with the checkbox with the insert with the default installation location code with the component tag. Component option area with the select with the description and text uppercase with the checkbox with the make with the description and text uppercase with the drawing the check for the item number of the button with the setup with the item number mode of the current project. Clicking on this button with the item number is set up with the dialog box display in figure 16. If the accumulated project wide with the radio button select with the item number mode area of the dialog box with the item number continue with the drawing with another drawing in the project. If you select with the reset with each of the drawing E radio button with the number to restart with the 1 and each of the drawing respective suffix prefix. Figure 16 show the item number set up with the dialog box, show the item number mode, accumulate war project wide or reset with each of the drawing, and the item assignment with a per component basis or per part number basis. As in per component basis for the IDO button with the item assignment with the area with the dialog box for the item is assigned with each of the component dialog catalog during insertion in the drawing, and they select with the per part number basis for the radio button with the item number assigned with each of the part number component in the catalog note with the component hand have more than one part with the numbers in the catalog wire number and tab. Option wire tab number tabs are used as a numbering system with the wires of the project figure 17 option with the tabs discussed below. below. Alright, in your project property you can go to the wire number, the format with a sequential line reference of the PLC I-O with address, the wire number, the base on the wire line, area terminal symbol, location, hide wire network with the terminal displaying with the number on wire basis, exclude, new wire placement above wire, inline below wire, certain center, offset, and offset distance leaders are as required, and wire type. Wire numbers format area with the format edited like the wire number format is with the set with the format with the wire numbering privately add the suffix with the percentage and with the making the wire numbering unique for the project for the other option for the area with the work in the same area with the components with the component of the tab of the dialog box. Wire number options area with the base on the wire layer with the check with the box with the make with the wire number based on the wire layers on selecting check box with the layer setup with the buttons between comes after click on the bottom of the layer setup the dialog box figure 18 with the dialog box you can add and remove the update with the wire layer by wire numbering. Figure 18 show the assigning a wire number formats of wire layer dialog box. Show the wire number, to format the sequential starting a number and suffix list defaults. Select basis terminal symbol location. Check with the button make with the number wire number depending on the terminal symbol. For example, the wire number started with the line and reference of 100 to try. And drops down over the line reference of the 103 with the schematic terminal symbol with the wire and number with the attributed with the located with the reference of one line number 103. The option code is enabled. The AutoCAD electrical calculates the reference base of the wire number to 103 instead of 100. Multiple wire number a terminal exists on the network with line reference value with the upper low leftmost terminal is used. So with the hidden of the wire network, the terminal displaying wire number to checkbox with the wire number hidden with the wire network with the wire number to the link for the terminal locations, like the open on per wire base with the check with the box to make the wire numbering on the wire per wire basis rather than each wire network. The exclude checkbox for the exclude with the wire number to specify the range of the wire number of the network on select with the checkbox. The edit box but next become the active with the number. You can specify the range of the wire number like 2 to 500, 2 to 4, 4 or 5 to 23. New wiring placement area with the option of the areas you've defined with the placement with the position wire number with respect to the wire with the option with the discuss the next. Select with the above of the wire radio button to play with the wire number on the wire with the default with the option of the wire number placement. Select with the inline radio button with the wire number with which of the wire. I'm selecting this radio button with the gap setup between button must be active. Click on this button to specify the gap between the wire number and wire end, figure 19, and specify the value for the clicking on the OK button. Dialog box displayed in the apply the gap. Figure 19 show the inline wire label the gap setup dialog box. Click on the below wire with the radio to wire number below on selecting this radio button. The option related leaders will become active. With the select with the desired option, leaders drop down with specify the type of leader and you placing the wire number below wire figure 20. Figure 20 shows your new wire placement below wire leader drop down menu on the offset distance. Click the centered radio button with the horizontally centered in the wire ends. Offset radio button to specify the offset distance of wire number from one end to the other. Wire type area, but this only option with the area with the rename the U of the columns button with the buttons U with the rename of the user of the note with the user columns are located specified with the defined parameters like you can use the make the defined column with the name, location, manufacturer cross reference tab. The option with the tab is managing cross reference project file, but the options are discussed later. Next, cross reference format area. 2 edit boxes with the same drawing and between the drawing edit box specified with the desired format of the both of the edit box. Cross reference option area. Select with the real-time signal with the contact with the cross-reference between the drawing. Check with the make with the real-time chain with the drawing with the mean with the sum with the change with the object with the cross-reference. The same chain with the reflect with the corresponding drawing. Select peer-to-peer check back with the cross-reference between the components with a different category with the same drawing with the press installation location code matching with the drawing default. Check with the box does not the same with the name of the subject. With the select with the check back with the installation code with the location code with the matching with the drawing defaults. Similarly, option with the component cross-reference displays are used to modify the display of the component cross-references. Your style tab. The option of the style tab is you change with the various styles of the wiring area and the PLCs and so on. Refer to figure 21 to the option of the tabs discussed below with the arrow style PLC, layer list, and fan in and out marker style with the wire style, wire cross, and wire T. So for the radio button for the Euro style with the dialog box with the chain of the Euro style, with similar with the chain of the PLC with the child with the fan in and out marker style with the select with the desired option wire cross drop down chain for the wire crossing should be displayed with the drawing note preview with the display and selecting option with the drop down select. You can select the desired wire T drop down from the wire T formatting of the drawing. Drawing a format tab. The option of the drawing format tab that you can manage some of the basic parameters of the drawing, like the default shape of the size of the ladder, of the feature of the scale, with the option with the scope, with the next, select with the horizontal, vertical, radio button over the ladder defaults, arrange, change the ladder, horizontal, vertical, respectively. Click on the spacing editing box, change the distance between the two consecutive wires on the ladder. Similarly, you can set up with the other parameters in this tab. Opening a project file with the procedure. Open up with the project file. The similar opening of the drawing. To give it the next. Click with the open project button with the project menu. Select with the project file with the display and dialog box with the display in figure 22. Select with the project file with the dialog box. Browse the location of the project file with a double click on the file with the project file with the open and display with the project manager. New drawing in the project. The create with the new drawing that is discussed early. This stage it will learn to create with the drawings in the project, although earlier with unknowingly we creating drawing in the project. We were creating drawing in a project. The procedure for the creating of the drawing file with the project, give it the next. Click on the new drawing button with the project menu with the create the new drawing with the dialog box display in figure 23. Show the drawing name, template, location, description 1, 2, and 3, IEC, style, designation, project code, installation location, call, drawing, project, sheet value, sheet and drawing, section, subsection, OK properties. Click name and edit box with the dialog box for the name of the drawing file with the drawing. You click the browse button on the side, select the file with the type of the select with the template. Dialog box will be displayed with the third figure 24. Select with the template. Select with the desired template. You the drawing. Conclude with the template style with the default template with the name of the lift after. Select with the desired template and with the click on the open button with the dialog box. Path with the template will be with the template edit box with the clip with the description 1, 2, and 3 with the edit of the box 1 by 1 specify with the description required with the option with the IEC with the tile designator. Or use to specify the identifier of the project. Click with the project code with the edit box with the specify the identifier code with the project. Similarly, you can specify the installation code, location code. No, you can use the codes as earlier with the create with the drawing with the project select with the button with the corresponding to them. Also, you can specify the sheet with the drawing with the section with the subsection numbers of the current of the drawing. All the parameters shown with the project code with the subsection number. They also have the date with the drawing. Let header help with the identify with the drawing. Click OK. You can ask for the step of the default with the project. Not click project or not. Click on yes or no as desired with the project will be created. The refresher button of the looks like a recycling refreshing arrow. You the refresh live with the unlock file with the project. If you perform any change with the drawing with the project, with the click on the project over the button with the project manual, the information from the project manual will be updated. Project task list with the project task list button. You the display with the task and need with the perform and income with the project. Click on the button with the list with the task will display with the project with the wide and update with the retag. Project wide and update retag with the button. You the update and retag with the component tag wire number to cross reference on with the procedure update with the retag with the parameters. Give it the next. For the project wide uptag retag with the bridge between the project button with the project wide uptag retag dialog box with the on figure 25. Figure 25 shows the project wide uptag retag with the component rating retag component cross reference and update with the wire number to source of the retag with the later reference resequence bump the up and down title block update of other configurations drawing percentage of the D value and the sheet value. Open the component retag checkbox with the special with the tag with the down fixed component with the adding of the drawing of the project. Select with the component cross reference update. Check with the box for the update with the component with the cross reference with the drawing while adding in the other project. So with the wire number to single the tag with the retag with the check with the box setup between buttons. Select with the checkbox when the will become active. Click on the setup button with the chain with the setting with the wire number to single tag with the wire tag in the project wide dialog box display in figure 26. Figure 26 of the wire tagging dialog box with the wire tag subsequently first tag with the consequence with consecutive drawing the drawing reference base to base tag unnamed untag retag all cross reference signal fresh database source signals format override overlayer use wire layer overrides insert fix. Select the ladder. Use the option with the dialog update with the light tag with the wires and signals. Learn more about these and the option with the layer in this book. Select with the later ladder reference to the checkbox with the random number of the ladders with the circle with the selecting in this checkbox with the two radio button with the below with the becoming active with the select resequence radio button with the setup button with the renumbered ladder. The dialog box will display. Specify starting with the number of the letters E of the box with the display with the top of the dialog box with its number that's applicable. The first drawing with the project. Similarly, you can specify the starting number of the letter. A ladder, and second and onward drawing with the selecting the desired radio button if in the dialog box. With the click of the OK button with the dialog box renumbers for the ladders in current project. So select bump up or down with the radio button, specify the value with the edit button next to the radio. Increase the ladder number to specify the value with the sum of the negative value. Decrease the ladder numbers. Select with the desired checkbox with the right area with the dialog box, specify the related values. Click the OK button on the dialog box, select the drawing path of the dialog box will display referred in Figure 27. Figure 27 shows the selection of the dialog process, the dialog box reference subfolder, section, subsection, project, drawing list, drawing description, do all, process, reset, upset, unselect, select by subset, selection, subfolder, in your bottom list right, reference subsection, subfolder, project listing, select from top list, insert into the bottom list. Select with the drawing from the list for the control key with the process for the button, with the include with the drawings, apply with the same with the we have the arrow specified earlier. The drawing will come into the bottom list. You can include all the drawings, clicking on doing all button with the dialog box, click on the OK button with the dialog, and then modify with the setting will apply to selected drawings. Drawing list display configuration. This button with the this button with configure the detail with the configuration display with the project manager with the name of the drawing with the procedure give it the option to give it the next. Click on the drawing list to display with the configuration bottom with the drawing list display with the configuration dialog box display in Figure 28. Figure 28 show the drawing list display with the configuration. So the display options L and move over into the current display order. Separator value always show the section highlight. Show the selection and highlight only when active and. So look at the detailed left list for the boxes of the project manager one by one, plus the include within dialog box for the added to the right of the list. If you include all the details, clicking on the all button, and the exclude with the detail with all the detail on the left or the all button respectively. After selecting the desired details, click on the OK button with the dialog box. The details will be displayed with the name of the drawing of the project manager. Alright, plotting and publishing. After creating the drawing of the software, the next step, if the hard does copy of the distribution media with which of the drawing can be shared with the concern with the people, the four tools of the plot, with the publish of the drawing, with the plot project, publishing web to web, publish to PDF, WF, WWFX, zip project, refer to Figure 29. These tools are only discussed in this. Only these tools are one by one discussed next. Plot project, publish web, publish PDF, WWF, zip project. Your plot project tool, you have the plot drawing with the project of the paper, you have the plot printing device, of the tools given the next, the plot project of the project manual, the select with the drawing process, with the dialog box will display in Figure 27. You have the drawings that you want to plot with the process button. After selecting them from the list, click the OK button, select with the drawing with the process dialog box. The batching plotting option order dialog box will display in Figure 30. Batching, plotting options, layer tab, pick list of the active drawing, optional and pre-plot command and script, post-plot command and script, output, device name, plot configuration, layer type, default, detail plot configuration mode, optional page, setup name, pickup list, active drawing, plot to file, yes to plot, equals, order, and normal sequence reverse order. Click on the detailed plot configuration mode button and specify for the setting of the plot with the detailed plot configuration option dialog box. Figure 31. Figure 131 shows the detailed plot configuration option dialog box. The orientation plot area plot scale with the plot paper style with the maps and miscellaneous upside down offset with the line weights and plot style file. Modify the desired setting of the plotting orientation of the plot area of the paper style with everything inside of the dialog box. Select with the desired paper style with the plotting of the generic list with the radio button. Paper style with the area with the dialog box for areas. Paper style with the will display in Figure 32. Select the desired paper style with clicking on the OK button with the dialog box. Next, click on the open of the detailed plot configuration option of the dialog box. You now have the paper size box. Click on the open of the batch plotting option order dialog box. The drawing project with apply with the sign plotter publish to the web. Tools you for the publish the drawings to a website. You with the tool give it an X for the publish to the web tool for the plot web publish project manager for the publish web the dialog box for the display in Figure 33. Plot 33 should publish to the web dialog box with the edit box with the dialog box. You specify the stored location web file with the drawing. Click on the browse button next to the edit in the browser for the folder dialog box will display in Figure 34. Figure 34 show the browse folder dialog box browse with the desired folder. Click on the OK button dialog box with the exit with a click on the image drop down. Select with the desired image with the DWF, JPEG or PNG with the web view. With a click on the OK button with the dialog box. Select the drawing process with the dialog box will be displayed and discussed earlier. Include all each of the desired drawing and click on the OK button dialog. AutoCAD electrical publish to web dialog box will display and refer to Figure 35. Figure 35 show the AutoCAD electrical publish web dialog box for the banner and the Title 1 through 4, layout, output, model, layout, or as saved, configuration, and name. Specify the metadata desired from the display field. Select the allow drag or drop down file and straight from the web page. Check with the box. So enable the draw and drop down files. Click on the OK with the dialog box. After publishing is finished, finish to the page of the published website with the dialog box display in Figure 36. Figure 36 shows the published web dialog box finished page. Check with the preview button with the preview the web page over the drawing. Check with the OK button with the dialog box to exit. Publish the DWF, the PDF, the DWFX. Tool to publish the drawing with the DWF, the PDF format to proceed with the tool given and click for the publish the DWF, the PDF, the DWF, the X tool plot, publish the drop down project manager. Select drawing to profit dialog with the display with the discuss overlay. Include with the drawings button and publish with the WF and the PDF format. Click with the OK button from the dialog box with the Autocad electrical publish setup dialog box for the display of the shown Figure 37. Autocad electrical publish setup setup. Include adding sheets model type of the first layout of the publish from the PDF with the multi-sheet with the substitute through type of the SHX fonts, multiply, include bookmarks, hyperlinks, zoom factor, run, publish in background. Select checkbox with the option you include with the DWF PDF, the check with the publish type of the drop down with the chain with the type of the folder publishing. Include the OK button with the dialog box with the publish dialog box display. Prefer to Figure 38. Figure 38 show the publish dialog box. Then select with the desired option. Click with the publish button with the dialog box. Specify the PDF file with the dialog box displayed and K with the PDF format selected in Figure 39. Figure 39 specify the PDF file with the dialog box. Browse the desired size location. Click on the selected button with the unsaved sheet list for the published and saved sheet in the dialog box display in Figure 40. Figure 40 shows the published saved sheet list dialog box. Click the yes button with the dialog box. The dialog box specify the location. Save with the file with the display. Browse the desired location. Save the file. Drawing file will be saved with the PDF format. Automatically open the PDF reader in your system. Zip project. The tools work in the same way as the other publishing tools I've discussed above. The procedure view of the tools given the name for the zip project. For the tool, the plot publish drop down project manager. If you're over creating a zip file for the first time in the version of the Autocad, then you will get an error message shown in Figure 41. Click on the cancel with the include with the message from this message box. Exit Autocad electrical. Open C username document Autocad 2008 data using window browser. Open the WD environment file using the X editor. The file will display and show in Figure 42. Move it down the file location in Figure 43. Carefully line zip the red box. Notice that these zip files with the two programs WinZip32 and WinZip-RR. Move the asterisk mark from the line. Control S saves the file. Restart the Autocad electrical. Reopen the project drawing. Working on the zip project. Tool plot pusher down into the project menu. Select the drawing profit dialog display that we discussed earlier. Reset the procedures the same discussed as earlier. Rest of the procedures the same discussed earlier. Or removing, replacing, or renaming drawing in a project. Till this point, you've learned to add drawing for the project. You learn to modify the property of the drawing. You will learn to remove the replace with removing, renaming the drawing file for the project. Step with the perform the action. Give it the next step of the drawing of the project menu that you want to remove the replace with the rename. Right click on the shortcut menu displayed. Figure 44. Select remove the replace with rename option for the menu file with the instruction accordingly. Select with the remove the option confirmation will ask you that you want to select this. Then the file will be removed. If you want to select replace, the option will display a prompting you to select the drawing for replacement. If you have selected the rename option, you will be prompted to specify the new name of the drawing. Location over the view and project manager. For the location view with the data of the project manager of the Autocad Electrical 2016 version of the location view tab of the first report various components of the location installation code with the display option location view. Click on the tab of the project manager and you prefer to Figure 45. Ensure the location view tab on the project manager. Click on the plus sign with the before the double question mark with the location view with the check with the subcategory with the double question mark is displayed with the installation code. Since you will not, we've notified the installation current project with the double question with the display with the open the expanding the installation code. You get various components arranged with the pair of their location codes in Figure 46. Installation and location codes over the location view tab. Now expanding the location code for the displaying components of these locations. The other option of the location view tab is covered the next. The filter installation location option filter unwanted installation location procedure. Give it this option. Give it the next. Click on the filter installation and location button. The drop down will display. Refer to Figure 47. Figure 40, ship of the drop box for the filtering installation locations. Click and check for the boxes for location installation you do not want to see. With the location view tab, click on the OK button, drop down with the location installation for which for the checkbox, select for the display with the location view tab of the figure 48. Figure 48 location installation after filtering search box. The tool always works in the same way. Nothing new is specified with the parameter search for the component with the basic location installation. Proceed the U of the tool. Give it the next type of location, cool installation code, component keyword, the type of the box with the searching. Clicking on the go next button of the search box with figure 49. On the clicking the go button, only the object specified with the keywords will be displayed with the detail of the connection tabs. Detail connection tabs give the display with the detail of the connection of the component with the selected with the component view of the project manual. To learn more about the following steps are given. Click with the detail display with detail of the connection from the project manual figure 450 with the detailed connection tabs add with the projection module 51. The display with the detail of the connection buttons. And then show the detail of the connection tabs. So for the component with the left pane with the project manager with the detail component will be displayed with the detail project manager referred to. It's so that it leaves you with the tabs in the detail box, show with the tag, manufacturer catalog, description, terminal strip, and an item number. Show with the connection of the components, over the click on the connection tab with the various connection with the components displayed with the project manager figure 53. If you want to check the component with the drawing right, click on the end of the field connection, review the desired component, shortcut menu will display on figure 54. Shortcut menu component, show the copy or surf. Surf button over the shortcut menu, surf the dialog box for display, refer to figure 55. Show the type of the wire number, shoot the installation, finish it, fashion, zoom in, edit, pick list, pan, zoom in, zoom out, close and close out, and go to and help. Click the go-to button dialog box, shift the component with the drawing now that the export of the drawing detail of the component of the CVS or XLS form and the export button will enable the project manager. You export the file, you can share the information with your peers. Chapter 4, Inserting Components.